Welcome to part 33 of Sailor Moon Another Story. And before we go into what's about to happen, we're facing Ishtar and Nabu again, this time together. And this time, Ishtar's not going to go down in one hit. I just want to make a brief announcement, as we're about to run into some problems in just a little bit because of the fact that, well, everyone got fascinated and, well, bad stuff happened at first. And by bad stuff, I mean Sailor Venus just killed herself. Anyway, Final Fantasy VIII will be postponed until Thursday. Why? Because, one, I haven't finished recording the stuff I need for Final Fantasy VIII, and two, I've already recorded up to part 36 of Sailor Moon Another Story, even though I still got the finale of that to do. And I'm also busy with work as well, so I wanted to try to finish off Sailor Moon Another Story as much as I possibly can, although that game is going to be finished off on Saturday. Thursday and Friday is going to be Final Fantasy VIII. For this week, at least. Because also, like I said, I'm on another job and have other places and obligations to do, so yeah, I've been pretty busy. So the gist of what's going on here: Nabu, still with her annoyingly high, defense. Also, she has Dark Water and Hell Freezing. And I do believe she was the one who cast Fascination on everybody. Ishtar, she's a little bit different now. She has Hell Storm, and she has Dark Boot, which she used on Sailor Jupiter not too long ago. In case you're wondering, most of those attacks that I've just mentioned are attacks used by the Ayakashi sisters. Now, the Hell Freezing and the Hell Shower, which is also one of her attacks, one of Ishtar's attacks, is specifically for the Opposito soldiers. Like earlier, there was like Hell Lightning and Hell Fire with Marduk and Nergal. I'm transforming Sailor Moon to Super Sailor Moon so I could go on ahead and start dishing out some damage. But the good news is, unlike before, Ishtar will actually die easier than the other the opposite soldiers. Why did I just say Sailor soldiers? I mean, she'll die easier and faster than the opposite the opposite scouts. I gotta stop stuttering. And that's because Ishtar's defense is lower than Nabu's. So after a couple of hits with the Rainbow Moon Heart attack, she will die. And then it's all a matter of dealing with Nabu. Which Nabu is the only troublesome person in this fight. But beware, even if you're defending, Dark Boot will still take half of your life. So yeah. We just need to worry about crushing Ishtar so that she won't be the one casting those sinister spells like Dark Boot. She went from being a punching bag to being a troublesome person. Oh look, she just used Dark Boot on Sailor Mars. But so far I just did 15,000 damage to Ishtar in a matter of 3 turns that I've attacked. Whereas I've only done 7,000 damage to Nabu. So she's gonna be there a while. I'll just keep on putting the pressure on Nabu, and once Nabu is out, no, not Nabu, Ishtar, sorry, and once Ishtar is out of the way, then everyone should attack Nabu, and heal sporadically whenever, Nabu throws out her Hell Freezing, or her or her Dark Water, basically. I was about to say Hell Water, but it's Dark Water, but still. Nabu is going to be your only obstacle here again because of the high defense. And how Dark Water literally hurts you if you're not defending and don't have a high enough defense. It's sort of like Whirlwind Cut. I do believe Ishtar only has about 30,000 because I just did 25,000 damage to her in a matter of 5 turns. So yeah. This should be nothing to her. Well, this should be nothing to us, since we're all blocking and Neptune and Sailor Moon has a high defense. Oh, well, I take it back, she may have 40,000. Because, yeah, that was 30,000 I just did right there. And Nabu may have much more because of the fact that she is, well, has a higher defense than Ishtar. So what you're basically doing, even though you're doing area of attack spells, specifically since Ishtar is in the front, she'll receive the most damage. It's like with Marduk and Nergal, except Ishtar has pathetically less defense than the other Opposito soldiers. And to make things even worse, what supposedly should be the toughest Opposito soldier in the game is actually the easiest. Because she doesn't have 2 turns, unlike the other 2 fights we just got out of. So yeah, now that everything's fine, I'm gonna go for a bento set. Just in case they all get laid out like that. We'll just continue attacking Nabu, and hopefully we can put enough pressure on her to finally end this. We're gonna have to block with Venus though, until we can heal their HP. Alright, there we go. So now all we need to do is just focus on keeping everybody alive, and then only attack Nabu whenever you feel that it's necessary. And block when you're healing, because after all, Nabu, wait, why am I using Fire Soul? I'm gonna have Mars block. I'm gonna have Venus use Crescent Beam. Oh, Venus Wing Ching Sword, yes. And I'm gonna have Cologne, and this is gonna really hurt. Oh shit, that hurt. Venus and Jupiter are definitely blocking after this turn. But nonetheless, we got rid of Nabu, and wow, that is a lot. And I repeat, a lot of experience points we just got up. And now we got an instant heal because of the fact that we just leveled up. So we're in a better standpoint against Sin than what we were earlier. So let's see what kind of bullcrap Sin's pulling now. I'll use Healing Shower, block with everybody, and then just in case, for good measure, I'll have Cologne ready for Sailor Moon. Since she isn't going to do too much for right now, but she does have all the attacks that the Opposito soldiers just got finished using. The Hell Shower, Hell Lightning, Hell Freezing, Hell Fire. Not to mention, I do believe she has Hell Blast too, which is a pretty dangerous attack in and of its own right. But normally she will mix up with physical attacks too. Not to mention, she does do some stat-altering moves as well. And so far, we've done 5,000 to her. Let's just hope that she does not pull the bullshit rabbit out of her hat when we start wailing in on her. Evil Surge, that's the name of the move. Ouch! Son of a bitch! That's the rabbit I was talking about. Well, yeah, that sucked. We're gonna have to heal Venus now. Okay. I'll attack, and let's get Venus off of the floor, shall we? Oh, yeah, I just mentioned Hell Attack. But Evil Surge is just as bad. Oh, and spoiler alert, you'll be seeing most of these attacks in the final boss. Oh, we'll get to that bridge when we cross it. Anyway, for right now, I'm more worried about trying to get the health of everyone back up to normal. Again with the Hell Attack. Thank God I'm going to be healing this turn. It would be really embarrassing if things were to happen if my team just died like that. Alright. I'll have Sailor Moon attack, you defend, and I'll use a cologne for right now. Or fragrance, whichever one comes first. Yeah, I'm gonna block. Cause you never know what scent's going to do. And I'll block again, and I'll use a cologne this time around. Yes, on this turn she uses Evil Surge unless everybody decides to block. Oh my goodness. I can't believe she just did that earlier, man. It sucks that Venus has so little health. I mean, if I do truly go after the final boss and Venus is in my party, I definitely will need to grind up to a lot of levels, to a very high level, in order for her to survive the final boss. Because that final boss, Jesus Christ, pulls a lot of bullshit out of the hat. And speaking of bullshit, Barrier would have turned everybody to stone. If it was successful. Oh, now we're starting to hit him with the big guns. There we go. Let's just keep on. Let's just keep at it. And I'm a block with Sailor Venus. And for the time being, I will increase their... Yeah, good thing I did block, because they would have died from that Hell Attack. I'm just going to keep alternating between blocking and attacking, if need be. I mean, I may end up getting the blunt end of Sin's attack, but at the same time... Yeah, I'm gonna just attack. No. Actually, better yet, I'm just gonna use a, cologne. Good call on me, actually using Sparkling White Pressure. Because she just physically attacks Sailor Moon. Which, surprisingly, is pretty good considering that she would normally go after the people with the lowest defense first, then the ones with the highest. But she's only attacking Sailor Moon. So, yeah. That's right, keep attacking Sailor Moon with physicals that will only do minuscule damage. You'll soon see... Yeah, you'll soon see that you'll die. And with that said, we are done with this portion of the dungeon. Team A's dungeon is done. And this is the last time we'll fight the Opposito soldiers, save for one, that is. And it finally came to the realization that none of them can win, no matter how much they try. There's just not much that can be said, except you can't beat the real thing. Try as you might. So, with that said, Sailor Moon is going to do what she did with the Black Moon family in Season 2 of the 90s anime. Turn all of them into humans. So now they pretty much don't know what the hell is going on. So now, with that said, they're normal humans, and Ishtar is still an idiot. And they just move on with their lives. You didn't really dispose of all the Opposito soldiers. Sin is still standing there. And also, Sin just is shocked at the fact that she's just lost. And, of course, she's going back to her little brother. Oh, don't you worry. Eventually, we'll deal with him. So it turns out that Sin is still on the loose. And at least we got Shingo back. But in the end, Sin still couldn't accept the fact that she lost to Sailor Moon. Poor kid, he's been through a lot. And you know what? We've been through a lot. Which is why, since Team A's gauntlet was incredibly long and absolutely painful due to the fact that the enemies were just stronger for some inexplicable reason. I shouldn't say inexplicable. It's the end of the game. Of course they're going to be stronger. They're meant for us to get more experience points. Now, we are going to have to actually go to a safe space with Chibi Moon. Now then, we're dealing with Diamonds, Chigarma, and Uhenshu. What can be said about them except... Okay, I'm gonna run away because we're not in the right formation. And also I'm gonna grind off screen. But what can be said is, Uhenshu will use Whirlwind Cup, Chigarma will use, Illusion, or should I say Fascination. Either way, that should not happen if you are strong enough to kill them, but at this point we aren't. Maybe I should switch, no, I'm gonna keep those guys the same way. I just should switch Mercury with Chibi Moon, since she's got the higher defense. And I'm gonna put Uranus in the back, because Uranus has the lowest defense in the team. Alright then. Uh-oh. Looks like we're stuck here. Because we can't get to the castle until we deal with the problem with the 5 crystal points. This is pretty much all of Team B's objective here, is to find the 5 crystal points and purify them. But for the time being, I'm gonna go to the nearest diner, or I'm gonna go to a random encounter and fight. I guess Mercury can do something, but it's a good thing we got Sailor Pluto on our team, because Pluto can stop time. And the funny part is, Saturn is fast enough to actually deal with these guys and have a higher enough defense to deal with the other ones. And there's that whirlwind cut I was talking about. So now that they've stopped in time, Saturn will pretty much be our meal ticket to getting a lot of experience points. And that's all there is to it, ladies and gentlemen. And with that said, more experience points for us! And that means I'm gonna have to find some place to save and grind off screen. Oh god, I don't want to go into another battle. But, oh wait, we already fought these guys. You know what, screw it. I'm gonna kill them anyway. If we do run into any other enemies, I'll let you know ahead of time what they are. But we'll be running into them and several other groups of enemies like them. Well, I'll be at least. Because of the fact that I will need to grind up to be strong enough to take care of the final boss of the game. However, I won't be doing that until later, so yeah. I've got a lot of things to work on. Otherwise, this battle's over. By the way, the HP of these enemies are, I do believe, 6,000. I don't think that there are any enemies that are higher than 6,000 in this particular side of the dungeon. So we could just easily exterminate them, no problem, with 2 turns. As opposed to Sailor Moon's side, which took a lot of turns. So yeah, we're gonna go here and we are going to stop. And again, this guy just mentioned about the crystal points. And of course, we are still hearing more about the crystal points. But this is a place where you can refill in cologne, you can refill on nigiri sets, you can even add a crystal drop or a crystal hamburger. Either way, the shopping spree aside, I think I'm gonna call it a game. In the next episode, we're going to go after Witches 5. Every last one of them. This is RPMan985. See you guys next part.